Hi, my name is Leslie Lancaster, and I am one of the recreational therapists at the Center for Individuals with Physical Challenges. And today for our wellness class, we're going to actually talk about what meal prepping healthy snacks looks like. And you're probably wondering, well, why is that important to meal prep healthy snacks? Well, one of the most important reasons is that when we have our snacks ready to go, just grab and go before we even leave the house, we cut down on how many calories we're consuming throughout the day. It also ensures that we're getting the proper nutrition throughout the day that will curb our appetite, keep us fuller, feeling more satisfied, have more energy so that we don't get that afternoon crash that so often we can get when we're eating lots of junk food, highly processed snacks with lots of sugar, not enough protein, fiber, which is what sustains us throughout our day. So before we actually get started, one of the things you'll have to think about is before you go to the store, making your list, writing the things that you like. I'm going to give you some different options of things that are really high in protein, that have lots of good nutritional value, and I'm going to show you how to keep your serving sizes to a minimum so that you're not consuming more than you need, so that we can all maintain healthy weight. Another reason to prep your snacks is also so that it's already pre-decided what you're going to eat throughout the day. You don't have to really think about it. It can also help you to avoid from making quick stops into Quick Trip, where you're going to probably pick up that bag of chips, or opening up just that can of pop, whatever it might be for you. I know with all of the time here at home, it's real easy to do a lot of mindless eating, and particularly on things that are not good for me. So anyway, that's why I thought this would be a great class to do today. So one of the other things that I think is really important to note is that when you're doing your meal prep or thinking about the things that you're going to buy at the store, is thinking about what is actually in season as far as your fruits and vegetables, because that will really determine the cost of things. Whenever you're buying fruit that maybe is not in season, it's probably going to be a lot more expensive. You can shop your little sale ads that come into the mail. Look and see what's on sale, and that way you can stay on your budget. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to show you is some of the different containers that I've found that you can use around the house. That way you don't have to go out and buy things. Something that I noticed whenever I was in the refrigerator is you can use just a lunch meat container. And basically what I did in order to have the dividers is, I'll let you kind of look. I basically took foil and just made like a little edge, and then you just stick that down into the little turkey container or whatever kind of lunch meat that is. And this is something that you could reuse, and it's really inexpensive. It's just really cheap. And then that way you have your dividers and you can put your snacks on both sides here. So that's something that you could do if you don't want to get out. Something else you could also use are, I picked these up at Walmart, and these are little plastic containers that have 2 dividers. These were five for like $2, so they were really affordable. They weren't very expensive. These are good to have. And then of course I just had a couple of these little containers to put like dips in. You could put your peanut butter in, and I'll talk about why we would need peanut butter and dips and that kind of thing. But anyway, these are just some containers that you'll need to think about before you get started. Make sure you have all of that on hand. Something else you might want to pick up if you don't already have are these snack size Ziploc bags. And they're just the smaller version. So those are some things that you might want to think about before you do your snack prep. All right, so after you go to the store and you get all of the items that you would like for your snacks, you're going to bring everything home and get it nice and clean. You're going to wash all of your fruit, wash all of your vegetables. Go ahead and get that cut up. And then what you'll do next is you'll have it all ready to go, kind of like an assembly line. And so you can put all of your veggies in one container, all of your fruit in a bowl, and then get all of your nuts and just have kind of everything lined up, ready to go, like an assembly line. And then you're ready to really start filling your containers with whatever snacks that you like. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't need to be expensive. And I'll show you what I mean by that with some different varieties of snacks that I've picked out. So we'll go ahead and get started. Some just different suggestions. Of course, I don't expect you to have all of this on hand. These are just things to think of. Maybe when you run out of what you do have and you go back to the store, you could pick up a few new things that maybe I've suggested. You probably have other suggestions or ideas, things that you like and enjoy that you could even throw in too. So here are just some ideas that I came up with. So basically you would use your containers here. And if you don't have that many, I typically think having 5 individual containers for the 5 days of the week where I'm the busiest, which is Monday through Friday, is ideal for me. Now, if you don't have 5 containers, what you could do is using the turkey container that I showed you, you could have everything individually packaged in Ziploc baggies, or maybe just in one bowl, and then you could clean out your turkey base or the homemade. Let me show you again. The homemade container that I showed you. You could actually just have everything ready to go in the refrigerator, and then you could just use this one container all week long. That way it's easy. All you need to do is just maybe redo your aluminum foil and rinse out your container here. And that's really inexpensive, so that way you don't have to have 5. But like I said, I got these for $2, so they were handy. Anyway, so what you would do is you would, to start adding your fruits and vegetables and snacks, you would just line your containers up in a row. So you'd have 5. I'm just going to put one here just to show you. And the first thing that I had thought of would be good would just be adding some celery. So you'd throw in your celery. You would take your peanut butter right here. This is natural peanut butter. If you don't have natural peanut butter, use what you have. You don't have to go to the expense, but I just like this one. It's just really yummy, and I like it. So you would take this and then take the, where did I put my other little, well, I've lost it now. But anyway, the little container that I had that had the red lid, you would take that and then you put your peanut butter in that and package that with everything. Along with the peanut butter and the celery, you could also throw in some sliced apple, which would be really good. I love peanut butter with apples. So you would put your apples sliced up in there, okay? So those are, you've got lots of, you've got your carbs in the fruit, and then you've got your protein and your peanut butter. And then over here on this side, you could throw in, there's lots of different things you could put. You could do, let's see, hard-boiled eggs. You've got tuna that you could mix up with a little bit of Greek yogurt or a little bit of mayonnaise, not very much, but just a little bit of mayonnaise with some pickle relish, and you know, have your chopped up tuna on this side. All right, so that way you've got lots of protein and lots of good carbs. Some other suggestions would be you could do vegetables like carrots, red bell pepper. You could do your cucumbers, have those all nice and tidy in there. And then along with that, you would throw in some hummus, which I think I left my hummus in the refrigerator, but that's okay. Hummus, all hummus is basically cooked chickpeas with, you smash them up, and then you add a little bit of olive oil and some garlic, and you could make your own that way. I just buy the hummus in a container. A lot of people either love it or don't, but that's just something that I really like. So you could throw your hummus in here on this side with your vegetables, okay? And then on the other side, you could do, let's see here. You could do some cottage cheese with a little bit of fruit. That's just pineapple tidbits, okay? That's an idea. Lots of protein and calcium in cottage cheese. So that could go on this other side here. All right. So next, another suggestion would be to do some Greek yogurt. I've got some Greek yogurt here. This has got honey in it and a little bit of vanilla, but you could just do plain and then add honey, okay? And then for a little more protein, you could throw in some granola. This is just what I had on hand. Some people like to make their own granola, and that's a real inexpensive way too, to not have to buy it if you've got oats, and you could make your own granola. So that's something else you could do is with the yogurt, you could throw in some fresh berries. I've got some fresh berries here that you could add to your container. Some blackberries, blueberries, raspberries. Anyhow, just kind of have like a little yogurt parfait for a snack. It's really rich in protein and some good carbs too with your fruit. Another idea that you could do is some grapes with crackers and cheese. So along with that, you could do like these whole wheat Triscuits are really good, healthy choice, along with some string cheese. And you could have yourself like a little, instead of wine and cheese, and you could do crackers, cheese, and grapes. So that's kind of fun. Another suggestion with the cheese is take lunch meat. Turkey is a real good choice because it's lower in fat. You take your meat and then you wrap, I'm not going to undo this, but you would unwrap your string cheese, and then you would take your turkey and you would roll it around like this, okay? And you would have like a little turkey roll-up with your cheese in the middle. And that's a really great healthy option too. And you would stick that in your container too, okay? What else do we have? So something else that's really good is just unsweetened applesauce. These are really good to have on hand. And they're quick and easy to go. I love this dark chocolate covered almonds. These are really good. The cacao in the dark chocolate is really good for you. And then of course almonds are a great source of protein. So that's a little guilty pleasure that I like to have. Not too many. Obviously almonds are high in calories, so I have to be careful. Maybe just a little handful throughout the day is really good, but it curbs my sweet tooth. So that's a great one to have. You could also do a little trail mix with cashews are a great choice of nut, pecans, okay? And then, as I mentioned earlier, almonds and pistachios probably have the most protein in the nut family, if you will. So throw in some nuts with maybe some dried fruit. I've got a tropical trail mix here that has lots of good dried fruit in it. Again, need to be careful on your serving size because of a lot of sugar in the dried fruit. So want to keep your servings down. Maybe just a handful again with a handful of nuts is a good amount. Also something that's really sustains you and is very filling and curbs my sweet appetite are these dates. I'll just show you. And these do have a little pit in the middle, so you have to be real careful with that. But these are super yummy. I love these. I love to eat these with a handful of nuts. So some other options that I have written down here would be, let's see. My husband happened to smoke a salmon a couple days ago, and I had some cream cheese. And so this is really good to take smoked salmon and cream cheese and just mix it together. Okay. You could even throw in a little bit of green onion if you would like. Maybe some herbs. And then you would take the little salmon and cream cheese spread, put that on your crackers, maybe the Triscuits here that I mentioned, or another whole wheat cracker, and just spread that on. That would be really good. And then you could, of course, package this in to your container with your crackers. Let's see. Another option that I like to do sometimes is take a whole wheat tortilla and smear peanut butter. Just spread it evenly on your tortilla. Cut a sliced banana and lay that out, and then drizzle a little bit of honey with a little granola. Then roll up your tortilla and slice it. Okay, and then you have individual bite-size peanut butter, banana, granola, honey bites, and those are so yummy. I love to do that too. So those are fun to have on hand. If you watched our wellness class from a couple of weeks ago, we made energy bites, and those are another option that you could throw in your healthy snack containers. So as you can see, the options are endless, really, and these are just a few of the things that I had on hand. Again, you don't have to have all of these. It's just whatever sounds good to you. If you're a creature of habit, do the same thing every day. Makes it even easier, makes it even cheaper. Again, if you don't have some of these items, but maybe you would like to maybe try one of these that I mentioned, you could, when you go to the store again, replace something that you have not had before with something new. So it's all about trying new things. Don't be afraid of change. And sometimes that's a good thing. And we find that we find new things that we have never tried before, which is great. And also just encouraging you to add in healthier snack options in your eating habits. So anyway, that's all I have for today. Thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed our time together. Until we come back together, I hope you would stay well, stay centered, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.